Welcome. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, which was said by Nelson Mandela. Welcome to the new phase of your life. I welcome you, students. I'm delighted that you have chosen to spend the next 2 years with this course and with us. You certainly must be studied hard for the past 12 years of your life, and like everyone around you must be telling you the next 2 years are the most important years of studies in your life. These 2 years will set the platform for your academics and indeed your career. While academics is the key area of importance, we actually emphasize on your all-round development. Several other engagements ensure that your time keeps you up to speed with technology and gets you prepared for life. So, Malcolm X says education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare it today. So with this quote, let us start our New Year sessions. Welcome, students. I'm very happy to meet you all, and I welcome you to the commerce class. I'm very happy that you have chosen this group, and it will be very interesting for you. So continue to go on with the video. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. I am your commerce teacher. So I'm going to handle commerce for you all. Before moving on to commerce, let us see some introduction about commerce. So, commerce, the word is new for you all. Let us see the introduction which says what is commerce, that which you can understand better. Come on, let us go for the class. Commerce means what? Okay, now let me see. When we buy or sell goods, when we are going to buy a goods or we are going to sell a good, in between the involvement or a middle process which takes place is known as commerce. For example, if a manufacturer produces a goods, a product, we can take a line dates company is producing a jam. Everyone likes jam, right? Okay. How it reaches the customer? I go and buy the product. So, when I buy the product from the shop, I get it. I am the customer, so I buy the product. So, but how it reaches us? From the manufacturer to the person in the shop. So, in between, this process is known as commerce. The manufacturer to the retailer to the customer. So in between all this process is known as commerce. We see about commerce in words. Commerce is another word for trade or business and can mean simply the buying and selling of goods and services. So in simple terms, buying and selling of goods and services. Some commerce involves high finance and big companies and organizations. Organizations means companies. Firms also means companies. Commerce refers to the conduct of trade among economic agents. Who is an economic agent? The economic agent is a decision maker that has an effect on an economy by buying, selling, and producing. Household, firms, business, individuals are the examples of the economic agents. So economic agents are the persons who are buying, selling, and producing. Households are the people who we are buying. Firms, as I said, it is a company or an organization. Of individuals are we peoples who are going to sell or buy the products. So these are the economic agents. Before we saw about the economic agents. Next, commerce also covers a much more broader field and includes trade along with the services also, which facilitates such buying and selling of goods. So there are services also provided. So we are buying and selling. In between we also need trade. These trade and services also covers under commerce. Services. These services also includes insurance, warehousing, transporting, and advertising. So we all have heard insurance, warehousing, transporting, and advertising. So in this technology world we know what is advertising, right? So how it works? First is warehousing. What do you mean by warehousing? Warehousing is a place where you store the raw materials and also the finished products. For example, if you take a shampoo, you store the raw materials or the finished products of shampoo bottles in a warehouse. After that, you claim insurance for it, because when it comes from the warehouse to the wholesaler or retailer, the transporting in between, if it doesn't get anything spoiled, so your insurance. And advertising is what we make through the televisions or through ads. We see the advertising made for that product, so it can be sold to an highest position. So this is all about commerce. Students, here is a simple picture which shows that a person sends a product to another person. In between, some vehicles are there, right? So these are all just channels of distribution. How they are distributing the product from a manufacturer to the person, end user, that is the customer. Students, you can see another picture here. It shows about the channel of distribution. So starting from the manufacturer to the final consumer. First I want to clear you about the difference between the consumer and the customer. So the main difference between a customer and a consumer is that the customer is a person who buys or purchases the product, the services. Okay. Now the consumer. The consumer is a person who uses the product, who consumes the product or the services. So the difference is the customer buys the product and the consumer uses the product. Now we see the channel of distribution from a producer, that is a manufacturer, to the consumer. First channel is producer sells to a wholesaler, and the wholesaler to the retailer, and the retailer to the consumer. So from producer, from the manufacturer, the wholesaler, the whole bulk, the person who sells with the whole bulk. Then from a wholesaler, the retailer gets it, and from the retailer the consumer buys the product. And the next channel of distribution, from the producer directly to the retailer. So from the manufacturer directly to the retailer, to the small shops, and next to the consumer. And in some cases, from the manufacturer itself directly the consumer can buy the product. So these are the three types of the channel of distribution. Here you can see some picture, a GIF picture, which shows that Peter, he is a producer, so he is a manufacturer of a company, so he manufactures some products and he can directly sell it to the retailer. Retailer means a small shops. So from her to the consumer. In between, another person is there. He is the wholesaler, or she is the wholesaler, who buys from the producer and sells this to the retailer and next to the consumer. So these directions and these pathways of the channel of distribution is given in three types. I think everyone is familiar with this word e-commerce. E-commerce means electronic commerce, because we all buy through internet. We order foods, we get goods, clothes, everything. So e-commerce is also known as electronic commerce or internet commerce. Refers to the buying and selling of goods or services using the internet and the transfer of money and data to execute these transactions. So everything is done through electronic, that is through internet, through mobile phones, to net. Okay. Here one small picture which shows about Shop Now. It's done through e-commerce, that is electronic commerce. Shop Now is there. You got 25% off. So if what product you want to buy, okay, dress, so what type of dress you want to buy, and you can click on it and you can send the dollars or you can send the money, rupees, through the credit. You can credit it. Okay, so you can get the product by itself. So this is e-commerce, one way of buying. E-commerce is often used to refer to the sale of physical products online, but it can also describe any kind of commercial transactions that is facilitated through the internet. This is also one type of picture, just to show you that we are going to buy a product, that is clothes, materials, and also the household products, whatever we need. And it's also useful in corona period, right? Now we are stuck in corona period, so it's also used for us. Through this we are doing, most of us are doing the online shopping, I know that. So we can easily understand what is e-commerce means. And at last we have come to an end for this video. So you have to go through it, student. This all will help you to know about commerce. This is just an introduction. We have not yet started our class from the books. From next class we'll start with the first lesson. Before that you have to go through this video, which will help you to know about commerce more, and you have some idea what is commerce means. So this is a new word for you, commerce. So it will help you, this video will help you to know more about commerce, and I'm very happy that you have listened through this video, and let this year be a bright for you. Thank you, students.